Most of us dream about breaking free, leaving our jobs, escaping responsibilities, and just living. But hardly anyone actually does it. My guest today, Divyansh, did exactly that. 5 years ago, he walked away from everything, his home, his career as a professional guitarist, and even money itself. He chose to live in the remote Himalayan village, traveling, volunteering, and surviving with nothing but his skills and sheer willpower. Is he crazy? A genius? Or has he figured out something about life that the rest of us haven't? In this podcast, we are going to uncover what really happens when you leave the system, how he survived 5 years without money, the deep spiritual lessons he learned in India's most mystical places. So stick around because this is going to challenge everything you think you know about life. Divyansh, welcome to my podcast.
Hi.
So my first question is how you feel you are not in this materialistic world since last 5 years. So how is your normal life? You still remember that normal life used to be?
Yeah, because sometimes I kind of be in touch with people who are related with those kind of life. So I see them, my friends and all. And from them I understand that thank God I'm not a part of it.
Uh, Many of my subscriber want to leave everything and they are stuck in 9 to 5 job, and this EMI cycle, they are paying EMI and they want to get out of this cycle, materialistic world. So how it is possible to get out of that? Because they think and they can't take the action, they are still stuck in this world.
They can't take the action because usually, if they leave, what will they do? And they haven't experienced the life without their desires. So somehow, the life that has been shown to them is full of desires, full of luxury things, cars, food items, everything should be so perfect and luxurious. And if they'll compare it with the peace, they don't know what is peace, like what exactly peace means. And the flow of their life, the flow of everything, it depends on money. Like everything has to be related with money. And some point they're like, if we leave these things, if we want something like to survive on, how will we survive? And most of the people doesn't want to survive without money because they haven't experienced the life beyond money, beyond this materialistic world. I was also one of them only when I was working, because I was given that only. And but when I started traveling, I met crazy peoples. I had crazy conversations, very interesting and life changing things that I saw and experienced. And after that only I came to the point that I could compare what I really want, what are the things which I don't want. And for them to get all the things of those material things, they just need to understand things that they really don't want, then just don't go for it. And universe has their own way, of putting you into things and taking you out of the things. But we also have control, so we try to do things in our own way. There are so many gates that are already open for us, but we are just knocking that one door which is closed. We want to open that door. So that's how, it's like a trap. If you go, you'll never come back. Trap means in the sense like money, material things, everything that comes from money is like a trap.
So you left home and you left this money also, and you went to Himalayas. Especially you are staying in Parvati Valley, and this is one kind of path to enlightenment. Like where people live and go to Himalayas. What is spirituality means to you? Like, is it related to spirituality, or you had any spiritual experience in Himalayan village where you are staying?
I I don't know what is spirituality. I really don't know, because things that have been told to us like spirituality and these things, because where I was studying and reading in books what is spirituality, I was only getting the words. I was not getting the experience. Like, I might have the proper definition like what is spirituality, this is spirituality, but to actually feel it, I have nothing in return. I just know that there's a world called spirituality. So I read a lot of books, and then I realized, all these experience are their experience. Those people experience. What should I do with this? Like, I can only have words with myself. So for me, I guess I haven't experienced spirituality ever. But the things that I have experienced beyond that, I don't know what is the right word for that, or if I say it, will it be justified? Like, what I experience is something, it's not related with spirituality or something. It's all related with money, or not. It was nothing like that. It was only related with nature. Like, usually we go to nature, we sit there, we spend some time, and we go, and when we come back, but our whole body, our whole mind is used to live with people in that fast life. How can we be spiritual if we go to the nature just for few days or few hours? So I started living for a very long time, and I didn't know that I am going to stay this long. Whatever the things that I started, enjoying, I just went for those things. Like, I started with chilling in the cafes, doing the same thing that everybody does, and then in between that, I met some people, some locals people, who are fond of trekking, hiking, and all these things. So I went with them in the forest. I lived with them for like weeks and all, and from that only, I guess, I got the experience. I got true understanding of my existence, like how important it is that I am existing right now with this fresh air, with people like you. You have those resources where I can enjoy the thing that I really want. Although I don't know what I was going to experience, but the things, the vibe, the colors, the green, these things give you the vibe that where you're going and what you want to experience.
Mm. So you go and volunteer in different places
Yeah.
in different situation. For example, you were into band, like you play guitar, and you used to be play guitar in band and
Hmm.
all, and you volunteered in my place as a painting in the like a house. So ego doesn't come between this. How you feel like?
It was there before. A
Uh-huh.
lot of ego was there. My whole lifestyle, my clothes, to my looks, my everything was dependent on what? A musician, because that's what I've got from this world. Like, whatever I am actually nothing. Why I'm saying this? Because there's nothing that belongs to me. All I have gained is from the world, the people, the kind of people I live with. And where I was traveling, no, in the starting, I always used to act like a musician. I go to places where music is being played. I will avoid those places where which is against musician life. But after some time, when you realize that you can't survive like on just music. For example, I used to play my original songs, and the people who used to love listening Bollywood songs, like the pure sad Bollywood songs, Anuv Jain, and all these 80s 90s, they say they are the golden period. So I don't want to play that. I know that they are sad songs, they are okay, but I am not in that field. So I wrote some couple of other songs that I want to perform, but it was not happening. So then I was like, this can't work as a musician. Your personality and everything should be nothing all the time. You can't. If you be as a musician, then you can enjoy certain things, but what if you have certain other skills also, like how to walk? Like, walking is something very basic. It should be very basic for everybody, but right now we don't want to walk. Nobody wants to walk for very long. We just want to just go there 100 meters and come back, and this is we call fitness. So I enjoy trekking, hiking sometimes, because before that I didn't know how to cook. I started enjoying cooking, because when I used to, cook with friends and, people who are volunteering at the hostel, there is a different fun in that. I was I didn't went to learn cooking. I just went to enjoy that vibe. And slowly with the vibe I got some other skills like cooking, hiking, trekking, and managing people, managing hostels, organizing events, something. And when this painting work comes to me, I was like, I have never done that. But this is something so rare that people used to, call those painters to paint their houses in cities before Diwali. And I've seen that in my childhood, that every Diwali there used to be a painter. He's painting my whole house, and these are very basic things which I don't know. And I was like, why I didn't know? Because this is something so basic in life that you just need to paint some houses. And if it's a new skill, if it comes to me, then it's so amazing, because you can add this skill to your portfolio and you can use it anywhere. Like, not everywhere people wants music. And suppose if this is your place, this is so somewhere in the wild, and if I would have just asked for, no, I can only sing or play guitar at your place, please call me, so that won't be, that won't fix with this situation. And you would just ask me, okay, if I will have certain 20-30 people, then I might think about you and call you. But if you're open in your life, you can visit anywhere, you can do anything, you just have to be open about anything.
Yeah, if someone want to volunteer around,
Hmm.
because some people go to ashram or some NGO to volunteer,
Hmm.
let's say someone is not having any skill, how he can go and volunteer in specific places?
Just with an open mind that you can learn this. Suppose if the people who are watching my video, if they are into IT companies, whatever they have learned doesn't matter. The company will tell their strategies, their things, that this is the way our company works, this is the way you have to work. They will teach you everything. So in the same way, if you go any new place, whatever the knowledge you have, you might use it somewhere, but it's not like the whole knowledge will be yours, the whole thing the people will do will be according to you. So people will tell their things, so you can learn, you can go to play anywhere. You just need to have open mind that whatever work comes for you, you're open to do it.
So 5 years before, when you left home and everything, what happened in that time? You decided, okay, that is it. Like I will leave everything. What exactly happened?
Family.
Hmm.
Family was the biggest issue of my life. Like, I still love my mother,
Hmm.
but my mother is very greedy. All the mothers are like the greediest woman in the world. I found very few women who really understand that they have a child and the child also have their own life. Like, she had spent a lot of money on me, and before that, if I just observe her as a individual, like a lady who brought up in this city, and then she got married to this guy, and then she started living, she have kids now. It's a simple structure that everybody wants to follow in life. But I want to explore, I want to go around everywhere, I want to do music, I want to learn new skills. But my mother doesn't wanted that. She wanted me to do one job and then stay at home, and after some time, when your job is getting stable, get married, and after you get married, get some kids. She wants herself to be busy all the time. Because of that, she wants you to do certain things, and I did it. Like, I was very notorious in school and after school and till now. So she was always concerned, will this child will get anything in life, will he be stable, will he be settled, will he have all the things. But after some time, I realized that my mother and I, like, we both don't have really good relations now, because when we are living together every day we are fighting with small things, and I don't want that. So then I was like, I needed a break, I don't know what is happening. So I thought, whatever my aggression and behavior is going is because of my work. I didn't thought it's the family. So I then went for a week to Pushkar in Rajasthan just to stay there, chill there, and come back. So I took my guitar also, and while traveling with guitar it's easy because in hostels I didn't know that people really host you and they give you food and stay, and you just have to play some songs in the evening. So that was pretty new for me, so I started doing that, and I started enjoying the music way more. Before that I used to enjoy in cities. Like, my level of enjoyment in music was something else, because every single movement I was playing something that really matters. When I'm playing with people, other musicians, you can't just play anything. You can play anything, but like, what is the vibe, how is the vibe going, what is happening around. And I was so much into the present that I don't care where I've come from, who I am. It was just music that I enjoyed, and all of us who were listening, including the musician, we all felt as one. Like, when the song ended, everybody would just open their eyes, and I was like, yeah, everybody has also closed their eyes. I was not the only one, and we had this so strong energy in ourselves that we could feel like all of us can feel that same energy. So this usually never happens in cities. You have to go to corporate gigs. Corporate gigs means in some cafe, and you have to play Gulabi Aankhein, Anuv Jain sad songs, Arijit Singh sad songs, all these people sad songs. I have to sing in a situation where I am not sad. All those people who have come to the cafe, they are also not sad. At that moment, they want to enjoy with sad music. I'm like, how is this possible? How can you sing sad songs when you're in a happy mode? I know, in our Bollywood music, there is a kind of genre which is sadness everywhere in all the music categories. So people haven't explored anything beyond Bollywood. And if you tell them to explore beyond Bollywood, they will actually go and search for those sad songs only. Pop songs and all these music that is just a beat, is just going in the background. And if you ask anybody of them, do you know the lyrics of these songs? Like, most of the songs that you listen all the time, they don't know. They are just listening to the beats and music, and they're just having fun. So that was the thing.
So in spirituality, they say that sound is a kind of nada, is kind of meditation technique, you can
Uh-huh.
say. Do you think this music, whatever you're playing, is kind of meditation for you?
For me, sometimes yes, sometimes
Going beyond body and mind, kind of.
yes. Like, it happens. It happens whenever I'm, because I lived in a house which was far from the village. Like, village as in, if you go to the mountain, you will reach a certain place which is famous. And after that also, there are a lot of villages that you see from there. How can people live on that village? So from that village, my house was more 20-30 minutes away from there, and there was no other house. It was just forest. And there, when you play, in the starting you will think you will get bored of, there's nobody, what to play, and this and all, what should I do? But you enjoy the stuff. But after some time, after 20-30 days, or maybe after a month, some different music comes out. And that music is not coming because you like playing this music. It comes from the experiences, because you're lost at that time. When you're lost, that is music. When you're totally lost in the music, lost means when there is no identity with the sound. It is just sound. You're just tripping on the sound. The sound is in everything, in your blood, in your veins, in your nervous system, everything. The sound is there, and that's where your identity, your mind surrenders, and just music stays. And the experience that you have in those sessions, when you're alone and you're playing music, and you have that sessions over a long time. So it doesn't matter if you're playing in front of people or without people, it is always music. It is always sounds. There is no identity related to it. Even whenever I go to shows, I am not prepared with any kind of playlist that these are the songs that I will play. It depends on the kind of people whom I'm interacting with, depends on that. And recently I have seen, like, nowadays when I'm doing shows, because I am used to a lot of shitty crowd, like people who want to listen sad songs. So at that time now, whatever I like at that moment, I just keep on playing that. I don't know if the people are enjoying or not, but somehow I find few people out of that crowd, those few people who are not there just to eat food. They forget about the food, everything. They just listen to music. Like I forget about my identity and just follow the music. They also went for it, and there are only few people. So I sometimes play for few people, not for the crowd, not for even myself, just for the music, just for the pure justice for the music, that there shouldn't be anything else.
You have stayed 5 years in Himalayan village. What you have learned so far?
Many things, man. Like in Himalayas, I have experienced the freshest air of my life. Like so fresh air. Like if you go to forest, and if you go more into the forest, and then you go keep going into the forest, and you'll reach to the places where humans and people have never been. And if they have been, they have not destroyed anything in that nature. That place have some different energy, some different smell, some different experience. And when you come back from that place to the place where all the people society lives, and if you stay there, and that what hits you, because then you can't forget that place, you can't forget that environment. You have never ever, your soul had never experienced that level of freedom, that level of freshness, and the mental state, physical state is gone. Nothing is there. You just mix with that nature. It is that kind of feeling. And then you really want to go more, and you start doing more. You will then you will understand, there are not a lot of things that matters in your life that you're living with. Then you leave those things, you go more towards nature, and that's how it begins. Because totally all of us are like 100% into material world, and then slowly if we get some nature things inside, those material things go out, and we put more material things, nature things go out. So that's how the space formation works. You just need to get space for everything. Sometimes when I live in the forest for some long time, I used to some kind of like get bored of watching the same view. If I'm living in a house which has the same view like all the time, and sometimes you get bored. But the thing is, you have to always move on, you have to go across the places. So when I used to live in that house, where I was staying for like 2 years in Himachal, where there was no house around, it was just far from the villages and everything. At that time, when I used to get bored, and then I really want, what the hell I'm doing, like I need to go somewhere else, and I used to go to Kasol. And then I realized, why the hell I have come here? There's so many people. There's nothing that I'm liking, not the food, nothing. All this like crowd, people smoking, and when you're there, you want to do something. So you smoke, you either eat. You can't just do nothing. And at my place, I used to do nothing. So after going to Kasol, when I come back, so then that place totally becomes different for me. It is so new that I have never been, and I enjoy that place more.
We give more value for that place.
Yeah, so we need to go out so that we can enjoy those things again, because I don't know how the mind works, how the body works, but there is something that needs to be changed, that needs to be either upgraded or needs to be changed. Like nature, if you see, earlier I used to see like nature is same, like all the time I used to see the same view. But now it's not like every single second something is happening. Every single day there is a different view. If you live in nature, you will see different clouds, different direction, different weather, different climate, different temperature. So there are so many things that matters. Temperature, and especially the temperature. I really like to be in a place where temperature is really good, because that what keeps my body and mind stable. If the temperature is very hot, like in a city like Delhi, Bangalore, No matter if you have money, no matter if you don't have money, your mental state will always not stable. It is always fluctuating. And if the temperature is all right, doesn't matter if you have money, you don't need it. All it matters is good temperature.
People who are in city
Yeah.
and who are watching this video, do you think they are really free, especially like who are in a rat race?
Rat race, people can't be free, They always have to be in a race. There is always a competition with everybody, and that kind of competition is not really good because you are having competition with whom? Sometimes they say, I have competition with my colleagues. People you're working with, you're having a competition with them. I cannot live at a place where I have competition with, suppose if I'm living here and if I'm competing with you all the time, how can I live there? I need to have a stable place, like-minded kind of people, open-mind people, where if I don't know anything, I shouldn't be ashamed of or proud of if I know something. That is a kind of place we should work. Rat race, rat race never ends because once the race ends, you automatically form the another target for yourself, and then you go for it.
So you are traveling without money and all. Have you ever faced like you have nothing and somebody help you out of nothing? Came out of nothing and help you.
Man, lot of times. Like I found when I'm on the highways, no, that is the most safest place. Like if I go to cities, villages, if I hitchhike over there and ask for lift, there I might get chances of people might steal something from me. But on the highways, you will find the best truck drivers ever. So whenever I hitchhike from truck drivers, they are always like, "Why are you carrying so much of stuff with you? Where are you going? What's happening?" So I tell them like, "I'm going to this place. Why are you going?" So I tell them, I am walking." And then they got freaked out like, "What? You're walking? Why are you walking like this from Himachal to South?" I said, "I like it." So then they get very happy because somehow inside them they always wanted to all of us wanted to enjoy that, and if we find someone enjoying that, they kind of like to have conversations to know how is that possible. And then they offer you food, they offer you sometimes drinks, they offer you sometimes something else, like they are going somewhere else, they'll take you somewhere else and drop you there. So now yesterday only when I was coming here, day before yesterday at night, I reached to some random village in, it was in Tamil Nadu only, and after that village there was a forest, and I didn't know that there's a forest and it's a very just one road going, and on that same road like there's nobody on the road. Like at night all these people, they avoid going on that road because that's a wildlife sanctuary. Elephants, tigers, they all used to come on the road at night for hunting and all. And I was walking, so I met a auto driver and I was like, "Bro, can you drop me somewhere?" He's like, "I can drop you here, and after this you go on your own." So he dropped me and he asked me, "Where are you going?" I was like, "I'm going towards Udupi." He said, "Udupi? Udupi is very far from, like, this is like 120 kilometers from here. Why are you going that side and from this far?" I was like, "Bro, have to go. Like, this is my way, have to go that side." So he didn't let me go. He called his brother. He called his brother on the phone. His brother came and he was like, "No, bro, I was eating food. I got freaked out. How can you go like this? So now you do one thing. There is a bus. One bus that goes at night, and only there is one bus. So I will get you into that bus." I was like, "No, bro, it's okay. You don't have to worry." So he's like, "No, no, no. I have to worry because I can't sleep now." And then he took me from his auto to that place from where the bus comes, from that turn, and the bus came. He gave 100 rupees to the bus driver, and I could see he just have maximum 800 rupees. Like he just took out all the money and just counted like what he had in the whole day. So from there he took out this 100 rupees, he gave it to the driver, and he said all the whatever the changes, give it to this guy. I'm like, wow. And so he wanted me just to cross that forest area, and after that the villages comes, then you can do whatever you want. So then I reached to some place called Thiruthalli, I guess, and from Thiruthalli it was not in my mind that I have to, stop or camp somewhere. I was like, I'll hitchhike throughout the night. And there somehow I found somebody. He was like, bro, I'm going to this petrol pump. There you can pitch your tent and you can also use the washroom. So then I thought, okay, let's just stay here tonight. And when I reached there, those 30 rupees that I had with me, I took one egg puff, 20 rupees, and one biscuit, which was my dinner. And I was really happy with the dinner, like, I was fully satisfied. And then I was like, I didn't had money, I didn't had any plans how I'm gonna have food, dinner, but somehow though that 30 rupees helped me. And I put my tent at the petrol pump, and then the owner comes of the petrol pump, and he said, bro, if you want to camp, you can camp at my place also, which is like 100 meters from here. And because on the banks of my house there is a river going, so I was very excited. So I went with him. I camped there with the river, and in the morning he gave me breakfast, and from there I started hitchhiking again. Then I came to your place. But it was fun. Like, you just have to go. You don't have to worry about anything. Nothing in your life, because when you give a structure to your life, and from that structure nothing happens, because if you go naturally, things comes up and you accept it. you know like, if I had gone with the structure that I have to reach Udupi at night, then I was not aware what is going to happen with me in that forest. Anything could have happened or nothing could have happened, but I would have got tired. But I couldn't sleep in the forest. I could sleep, but it was a road, and the forest was with the boundaries. Like, there was boundaries of wires and all. So then you have to find a way from where to cross. But I didn't have any torch, no phones, nothing is there. So how will you find it? But somehow, you can't totally be whatever you've thought in your life. You have to do it like that. Things comes up, if you feel even a 1% right, a little bit vibe comes where you want to just, yeah, I can just go for it. Like, I went for the petrol pump, then the guy asked me, you can come. So, I changed so many things. That's how I reached to that river spot. Otherwise, I would have been just going straight like this.
People, his phone is very basic thing nowadays. Like, you are traveling without money and even without phone. So, like, how is possible, like, with living without phone?
I think not having a phone is a really basic thing. I don't know why people have phones all the time. Just tell me, and all of you, the time when you don't used to have phone, you don't used to have Instagram, no Facebook, nothing. There was just one simple phone from where you used to call people and talk with them. That's it. The kind of life, the kind of values, the kind of enjoyment you used to have that time. Is it still now? Does it exist? It doesn't exist, no, because we have bounded ourselves with phones, with so many things. Phones is something, if you're without phone, you're totally free. You don't have to explain anything to anybody. You don't have to think too much about things that you have to do. You can just totally be yourself, like, in a way where you have space to do other things also. And phone, I guess, is the biggest distraction. Like, even if I have phone, I would still be concerned about the things, like, where is my food all the time. The biggest concern. Earlier, our mind used to be so free, relaxed. You don't know where your things are, where your slippers are. You were concerned about some other things at that time. Now the concern has changed. Now concern is with the phone. Sometimes it's with the money, it's with the things. Earlier, I remember the only thing, when I was in school, like 6th 7th class, the only thing I was concerned about was how to get out of the house and enjoy with my friends, was the only concern. And as you grew up, you got some liabilities, then some more, then some more, then some more, and then EMIs. So now the government, the system, has made you the part of their system. Now you can't go out of it, because now they haven't captured your lifestyle, they have captured your mind. Now you can live without the government, but you can't live without the facilities, the lifestyle. money. So then you go for it, you sell yourself, and then you'll be like, okay, after some time, after I get retired from this job, I would have a house in the mountains, and I would be just chilling there with the things. Bro, you don't have the body at that time. You can't run on the beach like you can run now. You can't hike up in the mountains like you can hike now. Just do it now, enjoy all these things now when your body is active, when it's able to. When it's not, then you have the experience. Use your experience, try to train those young people. Anything is possible. At that time you will figure out what you have to do if you have that level of experience. But if you just have experience of how to use a laptop very well and do some coding, then go for it. Stay wherever you are, or just change your locations, just change your flats, just change your companies. You keep changing people. That's all. Like, this is all about, like, corporate world. That's how you'll go. Like, if I travel here, if I stay here for some time, and I go to somewhere else, and then somewhere else, and then somewhere else, and then somewhere else, I will find different kind of knowledge, different kind of things, and then I can use it whichever I want to use, where I want to use. But if I have just 3 4 people to take experience from, and that's what my life is, so that is so boring. So that what happens in, like, office life. People have just same manager, same boss, and then you have to work under them. And even if you change the company, their faces will change, but the structure, the kind of people will never change. So you will find same those kind of people everywhere. So your good growth depends on the people, like that. Like, I don't have a problem with people who are living in a city. It's their choice. They can really do whatever they want because that's all what they know. But still, those people can change their life anytime, any point, if they move out of their comfort zone and they go and they try to take risks. If you take more risks, no, you become more fearless, and then you don't fear about anything, like what will happen tomorrow, what will happen then in future. But if you don't take risks, stay wherever you are.
So you have answered many questions, from your answer itself.
Yes, many
So
questions.
let's say if someone want to leave your lifestyle,
Yeah.
get out of this rat race or 9 to 5 job or whatever, EMI sector and all. What is the basic requirement for that?
Basic requirement is listening good music will take you out of everything. Good music, like lyrics that makes some kind of sense. Some kind of sense. Like Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd is a great band. Camel is a great band. And there are great singers like, man, many singers are there, man, who writes about travel. Eddie Vedder. So why I'm taking their names is because if people will listen these names, Eddie Vedder and all these artists, they might be listening something else. So if you're listening something else, just go through the lyrics that you're listening. Because all the information, all the knowledge that gives you the spirit, that confidence to get out of that rat race, of that system, is the music. Music is very important. Not because I'm a musician I'm saying that. I am, just take me as a normal individual. Music has came and this is what I am now. So music matters. And earlier when I used to play Bollywood music, oh man, I used to have money, I used to have things, but I really don't wanted that ever. And now I'm more free with, the kind of music I like to listen. Like, there's one song called Another Brick in the Wall of Pink Floyd. So this song says, we need no education, we need no thoughts control, no dark sarcasm in the classroom. Means when teacher used to bully the kids, no, there should be nothing like that. And just teachers should always leave the kids alone. Otherwise, we all will turn into just another brick in the wall. Like, we all just same, just like a wall. They're just trying to make one structures, corporate structures, working with the laptop, heads down on the phone. Like same, like if you enter the metro, everything is so same. So it's just like that. And in that song, you know what happens? it's in the music video they show like the kids are having studies in the school and teachers are doing this. So one child, he was, some class was going on and he wrote a poem in the middle of the class when the session was going on. So teacher came, is like, the session is going on, what the are you doing? And he started, beating that child. So those things stays with the children, and at that time they are mostly free. And when you are going to free, when you're going to do something, at that time when people hit you, you stop doing all those things, so that you become another brick in the wall. And in the end they have shown that all the children, they got frustrated and they have burned the whole school. And I felt so good about it, that these things should be done. All the schools should be burned, like in India, in the world, so that you can have a place to play, to be free, to do farming, to do activities in which your physical body is involved. And one more thing, which is a very nice thing, if you are in a rat race and if you want to get out, is not going to gym and doing some kind of workout in which you sweat. A workout without a gym can really help you in understanding a lot of things in your life, because this system is making your body useless, your mind 100% active, like your mind is getting crazy active, but the body is getting useless. And this system has made you sit on a chair where you have to work, and after you finish your work, if you want to go out and eat something, you can just directly order. Just keep sitting, don't get up, and just eat. And after eating also, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to, just go and sleep. And when the body goes like this, whenever you get off, like on Sundays and all, you try to put that energy, all that save energy, into some pubs and all, which is also useless because there's no specific day to dance. Just go and dance. Just dance is something, if right now I want to, I could dance. I will not wait for my Friday or Saturday night to go and dance. So there's so many basic things that is required for the body. Just go for the body, whatever the body asks. If the body asks for some rest, give the rest. Body wants some physical work, give physical work. If body wants nothing, then just don't give anything. Look, there are so many things related with body, but we are always concerned about the things related with mind, what the mind wants, and then you'll be stuck now. Just listen to the body, you'll be free forever. Forever.
I'm really grateful that you accepted my invitation for this podcast. Thanks for giving your time for like sharing your life with my audience. So please watch other podcasts also. Recently, I took a podcast of Mary from France and another guy from like Madhya Pradesh. So you please watch, and I will post his Instagram, but he hardly check his Instagram on my description of this video. Thanks for watching. Namaste.
Okay, guys. Very nice, man. Very nice podcast.